Together we'll conquer, no limits apply. Eclipse rising, shining so bright. With delusion leading, we'll conquer the night. Together we stand, in battles we fight. In ENE Epoch, our future is right.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Delusions, and today we get our first step back into the arena with the ENE Dark Lord, and I am excited. I don't know how it's all going to play out, but you know what we do. We're going to give it our best shot. So let's go ahead and take a look at our current standings as of right now. Looks like we are in third place, and hopefully we'll be working our way up. According to our record here, looks like we have already one win for the day. So let's hope to try to keep that going. So we're going to go ahead and get our buffs going from Mr. Kratos and Shepard. And then we are going to jump straight into this and see what we can do against MJH. So as always, we're going to go ahead and try to get that stun off. Let's go ahead and try to disengage a little bit. Don't know how well that's going to work. Let's go ahead and back off just a hair. Wasn't able to get it. That's the big thing when you're going up against Dark Knights, is simply just that initial reflect damage that's going to be coming back at you. As you can see, we're struggling with it even more. So no surprise that we lost to the reflect. We all knew that was going to end up happening. But it is one of those things that I am trying to anticipate and trying to overcome. So as we jump off into our next match against Porter Bass, we're going to try something a little different. So we're going to go ahead and proc this, and we're going to go ahead and try to get his Custos triggered. I don't know if you guys had noticed that right then and there, but we had something happen that more or less could have helped us out quite a bit. So pay close attention to how all of this plays out, because we will lose this round. Potentially. Again, I have to be mindful and stay out of the Sword of Brilliance, but we were able to take that win. Now, why were we able to take that win? Essentially, what had happened before the match even started, I was able to go through and trigger Royal March. And what this is going to do is, no matter where that opponent is on the map, it will stun them. And then cause a skill damage over time effect, and then allow me to go through and fight him without having to worry about his custos. So keep that in mind as you start playing your own, and hopefully you'll be able to see some similar results, if not better than what I'm doing. That's the one thing that I've always loved about ENE Dark Lord is there's just so many tricks and there's so many ways that you can maneuver through everything. So again, we're going to go ahead and stun up, get rid of that Custos. Just to make things just a little bit easier on us. We're then going to backpedal off just a hair, just to go ahead and re-engage, hopefully to get away from all of the stuns. Because again, when you're going up against any kind of elf, they do have some nasty mechanics that will lock you down and keep you there. Now, had we acted a little bit sooner on that fight with MJH, we could have potentially walked away with something a little bit more. That being said, we are in the #1 spot now, but again, I think that I've fallen too far behind to really hold that, but we shall see. So going up against Laura Fion, Strength Dark Lord, or Streak Dark Knight, sorry. Yeah, any kind of reflect usually works against us in a lot of these aspects. But, as you can see, we're not doing too bad. But there was just a new event that had been released to give everybody the opportunity to try to pick up some of these soul skills, which, you know, could potentially show some more use. I don't think that they'll be at the level of being able to come into the arena just yet. But again, it is possible if somebody is willing to invest that much to get those skills maxed out. I certainly know a few that would. But as we start working through on getting all of our buffs reapplied, um, I am taking feedback on the compendium guide. So if you'd like to get a copy of your own to look over, please let me know. Because again, I would definitely love to hear what you guys have to say. You guys are going to be the ones that's going to be utilizing this. So I feel it's only fitting that you guys get, firsthand pick on all of this. I do really, really think that it is going to be beneficial to the community. Uh, but again, I just need a little bit more feedback on it to be able to know for sure. And with that, we're jumping from diamonds up into masterclass. So this is a welcome change. Um, Still knowing that we can be viable in the arena with the Dark Lord. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the rewards here. 2 intermediate benedictions and some battle coins. Can't ever say no to that. But we're going to go ahead and get our buffs back up and jump right back off into the arena because we do have 4 more matches to go. Now I want to emphasize on this when we are working through on our Royal March. As you can see, there's already some damage that is being applied, and that's what's allowing us to be able to bypass that custos, and really make it to where once we dive off into a match, we can start doing consistent heavy damage versus having to be strung out along and waiting. So I want to go ahead and wrap this match up and then jump right off into another. Got all of our buffs. So now we're going up against yet and well, this is not a Dark Lord, this is a Dark Wizard. Would help if I turned on my auto skills, I suppose. No worries. And that is the one thing that's really nice about Dark Lord is, you know, Dark Knight can't contend with any kind of wizard, but Dark Lord sure can. You know, if you build it right and you've got your control resist immunity built up, it really, really makes it a lot easier to be able to progress through a lot of these intense fights that you'll see yourself in when it comes down to fighting someone with a lot of passive damage, such as poison or burn, because it's one of those things that can't be reflected back. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Got rid of that custos like before. Since I know how this player has built his account, we're going to go ahead and step back and just take that first win. Now I'm going to lead into this with some burn stacks going just so that I can go ahead and delete him pretty quickly. Just because I really want to get back to supporting some of my guildmates and some of the stuff that they're doing right now. And I want to see how a lot of these other guys are progressing as well. Going up against the man himself, Mr. Kratos. As you can see, a much bigger chunk has come out of that, and that was pretty much his whole custos being depleted right there. So yeah, you know, that was 2 manual skills and the game was done. And delete. But that wraps up for us for the arena today. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Looks like when MJH decides that he wants to do his runs, he'll end up taking first place again, as well as Porter. Like I was saying before, you know, I've fallen behind on being able to stay up in arena with the Dark Knight, just because that reflect damage is so much. But as you can see, we may potentially have a counter to being able to deal with that, but it is going to require some strategic movements and the utilization of our skills. But with that, again, guys, I really do appreciate all the support that you have been offering me and providing for the channel. And if you need a copy of the compendium to look over and provide your feedback, just let me know. Be more than happy to work with you and hear what you have to say. But thanks again, guys. With that, I'm Delusions, and I'm out.
So raise your sword high, let's claim our fame. With every boss fallen, we'll carve our name.